What's going on? It's time to talk about something a little different and odd that I don't really check out very often. That's like mystery thrillers. Uh, nah, um, this one's from the 90s. It's The General's Daughter, starring John Travolta. Yeah, it was released by Paramount Pictures uh, June 15th, 1999. Stars John Travolta, written by Christopher Bertoli and William Goldman, produced by Mace Newfield, and directed by Simon West, who would go on and have a decent action career with like Con Air, The Expendables 2, Skyfire, The Mechanic, just to name a few of them. And this had a box office earning of over $149.7 million. This was a pretty big success. It's part of like a book series or something. It's like the film adaptation of like a book series that they're doing. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is the first one or a different one, like a sequel or something like that, or a continuation. But yeah, so General's Daughter is pretty basic for this type of film. Yeah, so John Travolta plays a like a Marine lieutenant, I think it was, and yeah, so he's really good at solving things and being like doing detective work. And so he is assigned to a case where the general's daughter goes missing, gets abducted because she was like speaking out about some stuff, political stuff, and things like that. And they're not sure where she is. So most of this movie is him and his partner who go and try to find clues to her whereabouts and slowly uncover something a little more bigger, more sinister, and a little more wild. To say whatever. Anyways, yeah, I lost my train of thought there. So, yeah, they uncover this big cover up. Now, I'm not going to spoil this movie, so just so you're aware. But yeah, so yeah, overall, the film it's nicely shot and acted. It was pretty well put together, I thought. Um, I I found this movie the pacing kind of dragged pretty much most of the film. I thought it was pretty boring, to be honest. I did not think it was that enticing or interesting, and yeah, and the ending is kind of predictable in this film. Like when you figure out the twist ending, you've seen it quite a bit. So yeah, overall, this film is pretty boring and slow, I thought. John Travolta does a good job in it. There's some cool action sequences that are well choreographed and everything like that. And like I said, the cinematography is good. It's just a slow burn, which I wasn't prepared for. I was expecting an action movie, but I got a slow burn thriller instead. So yeah, that could lead to it. But yeah, and now this is not the TV series. This is the 1999 film that this show is based on, I think. So yeah, but for what it was amusing. Like the character arcs and stuff like that were pretty well constructed and everything like that. It just wasn't for me. Um, and I thought it was pretty typical, stereotypical type popcorn flick, but which you don't really need to do much thinking of, especially if you watch these all the time and stuff like that. And yeah, General's Daughter was an okay time. It wasn't perfect, and I just don't think it was meant for me. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna give this one 2.5 out of 5. It was in the middle. It's not terrible, but not great. So yeah, I don't have very much anything else to say besides that it was slow and it just couldn't get into it for the most part. And the ending was kind of ridiculous, but yeah. But some of Simon West's other work is pretty spot on and good. So I was pretty surprised at how that one turned out. So yeah, I know it's a short review, but that's all I have time for right now. So yeah. So make sure you check out the trailer that I'll link down below if you haven't seen it or heard of this, or you just want to relive it. That's linked down below. Also, make sure you always check out my Instagram. It's linked down below as well, where I post clips of films I'm going to be in the future on my story. And I usually have the film title and a hashtag, and usually the subgenre of film in there too. I put in the film clips in case it's something you're not interested in, you're aware of it. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, stay in the loop. Yeah, make sure you like this video, share it somewhere people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. I'd love to hear what you thought of it, if you loved it or hated it or whatnot. And if you have any films at all, any genre or whatever, that you want to hear my opinions on, comment those down below too. I'll try my hardest to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. So yeah, and make sure you subscribe, because you never know what I'm going to talk about next, and I absolutely have no idea what I'm going to review next. So yeah, but I guess hopefully it's a little more interesting than this one, and it's probably going to be another horror film. So yeah, but till the next one, I guess I'll see you all later, and keep a close eye on your daughters. Make sure they don't get kidnapped and shit and stuff like that. And yeah, I guess I'll just go now. All right, cheers.